I'm sorry, but what's going on?
It's a coffin. I wonder if there's a vampire in it.
Right. I guess Clover and Snake don't know the story. Man, I can't bring myself to tell them.
Well, at any rate, let's have a look around. I see. It seems you've solved the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. The answer was ice.
How did you know?
All I had to do was listen to the sounds the machine made. After that, it was a trivial matter of decoding them. Ah, yes. I believe I heard a noise from somewhere on the right of the device after you solved the puzzle. It sounded rather like something sliding open. Do you see anything that could have made that noise?
There's something on the screen now. What's this? There are 15 cells here with numbers and letters in them.
Let me see that. I see. So whenever you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn on or off. You gotta use that to make the all cells on the right and the bottom green.
Hey Junpei, I found this piece of paper under that thing. You want to take a look at it? Do you think this might have something to do with the puzzle?
It's a piece of paper Clover gave me. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal signs on it. And just like she said, this is probably related to the puzzle on the screen somehow. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Alright, let's go back and try again.
You did it, Junpei! You're so smart!
You seem to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. Just what I would have expected of you, Junpei.
Hey, come on, you're embarrassing me.
Whoa, don't get cocky, kid. We don't got time for that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. The lid slid open and something came out.
Yeah, okay.
There was something else. I heard a noise from somewhere around here. It sounded kinda like metal on wood. Didn't seem important, though.
Alright, fine. I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. It's just a box. Oh, holy shit, this is a coffin. There's gonna be something horrible in there, I just know it. Okay. Deep breaths. Here we go.
Oh man, there's nobody in there. Shit, I can't believe I was scared of something like that.
What do you mean, nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there?
Alright, it's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime.
Well, just like Seven said, there's nobody in there. There is something in there, though. Well, two somethings, actually. What is that? There are two things on the bottom of the coffin.
Looks like we got a plate with an emblem on it, and...
The Neptune key! Yes! We finally found it! Now we can get through the hallway!
That's correct, Clover. But we do have to get out of this room first, you know?
Yeah, I know. Okay. Let's get the hell out of here as quickly as possible.
I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. It's really important though, so I'll keep it in my pocket for now. As far as this other thing goes... let's drop the emblem of the steering wheel in here. Whoa! Well, now we got something on the monitors at least.
What's that?
Looks like some kind of puzzle. Okay, this is it. Right?
But nothing's happening.
There are still 3 more indentations left empty. I imagine something will happen when they are filled. Doesn't that seem likely?
The indentations on the desk. Alright, I guess something happens if I put that in there.
Junpei, don't you think maybe you put the wrong one in there?
Okay, let's put in the emblem of the cross.
Junpei, something just showed up on the screen.
This puzzle sure looks a lot like the last one.
Yeah, but there's more of those red balls he can't move.
The numbers for each area are different too.
Looks like it's got the same rules as the last one, though. You sure you don't want to double check that?
No, I'll be fine. If I get confused, I can just look at the screen over there, right? Anyway, like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's give it a shot.
Isn't that a picture is worth 1,000 words?
Hey, shut it! At least I'm trying, alright?
Sorry guys, I've been fairly quiet this set, but hey, watch me beast this puzzle. I'm gonna get this right first freaking try. If you noticed, I'm cutting out a lot of this stuff because it's freaking impossible to be entertaining while post-narrating over yourself screwing up. Which here I don't, so haha!
That was awesome, Junpei. There's only 2 left now. You can do it.
Alright, so let's put in the other emblem. Here we go. Get code emblem, please.
Okay, let's put in the emblem of the secret code.
Damn, this puzzle looks a lot like the last one. Looks like the rules are the same, though.
Don't you think you should double check it?
Come on, this is the 3rd time I've done this. It'll be fine. So this,
If you can't think of anything clever, please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something.
Shut up! Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something!
So really, you guys should be happy I'm doing all this cutting. That way you don't have to watch me fail all this time. All you can do is watch me be successful at these numbers! Yay! You can do it, you can do it. Derp-a-derp-a-derp. And derp-a-derp-a-derp. Ow!
Excellent work, Junpei. You've only got 1 left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Alright, last emblem. Woohoo! This is our last step in finishing the last room, so let's put that freaking thing in. Coffin emblem.
Let's see what happens when I put the emblem of the coffin into this indentation.
This is the fourth one. This puzzle looks a lot like the last couple.
I think this is probably the last one.
Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen.
Alright. I'll solve it in no time.
Coffin symbol's symbolic because we're putting this room to rest. Go freaking figure. Now, this puzzle is tricky because you're actually not supposed to put any in one of the squares. And that's where they got me the first time I tried to do this. Those butt munches. I thought there was a minimum amount of ones you had to put in these squares, but apparently not. So, in this case, looks like I'm going for 5, for 4. Oh no, I could be going for 2. Oh, maybe for 8. 7. 7. Do 7. No, he's going for 8. 8, 7, 2. I'm referring for... fail. God dang it. I don't know why I just referred to my past self as he instead of me, but whatever. See, obviously I can't figure it out this time either, because I completely forgot that apparently in this one, you only have to use one square. Ba-ba-ba-ba!
Huh? Where did that noise come from? Underneath the keyboard.
Way to go, Junpei! You answered all the questions!
And thus ends the final room.
Damn, Junpei, good job!
Hey, did you hear something just now?
Yes, I heard that as well. From the bottom left corner of the desk, I believe.
Alright, let's click on it. End this room for good. Come on, do it. What is taking me so long? Just gonna spend the rest of the series heckling myself. Photo.
Picture?
In the drawer was a single picture. He picked it up. It was a photograph of 4 men. Involuntarily, Junpei's eyebrows shot up. He'd seen 3 of them before. On the right was a man with a mustache. The same man they'd found murdered in the captain's quarters. He'd been wearing the 0 bracelet when they found him. Second from the left was a man wearing glasses and a doctor's coat. He was the 9th man, the one who'd worn bracelet number 9. He had gone into door 5 alone and made an unpleasant end. Finally, the man on the very left, the man in the pinstripe suit.
Oh man, that's Ace.
No doubt about it.
7 and Clover had come to peer over Junpei's shoulders. But what did it mean? What was Ace doing in the picture? Perhaps more importantly, why were the 9th man and Cap in it as well? As Junpei looked closer, he noticed the expression on each man's face. Their smiles suggested that they were close, at least to some degree. But why? How? What was the real relationship between these 4 men? Snake's voice broke into Junpei's thoughts.
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah. It doesn't look like it was taken recently, though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, so the 9th man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's kinda got long hair. He looks smart, but a bit cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
Snake knit his eyebrows.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
The back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
Junpei flipped the picture over. There it was. To be precise, it wasn't a date, but it was certainly significant. He read it out loud so that Snake would not be left in the dark.
Praying for the success of the Nonary project. With Nejisaki, Kubota, and Masashido.
Nonary project. Nijisaki, Kubota, Musashido. Junpei immediately flipped the picture back over. That meant that the four men in the picture had run the Nonary game 9 years ago. Only Hongo had not been mentioned on the back, which Junpei felt meant he had written those words himself. But what surprised Junpei was not this revelation, but the fact that it felt nothing like a revelation. It felt obvious. That their true identities did not come as a surprise was what Junpei found most surprising. Why then? Why wasn't he surprised? Junpei had just discovered that Ace had run the Nonary project, but he felt no spark of excitement or surprise. Nothing. It was almost as if he'd already known.
Ah, of course. I understand now.
Junpei looked over at Snake. In his own confusion, he had missed the dark look on the other man's face.
Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceutical. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is... Hongo?
Even as he asked, Junpei felt as though he'd already known. It was as if someone had whispered into his head that yes, of course Ace was Hongo.
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were familiar, too familiar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago, you were in Building Q in Nevada. But Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But... why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Clover and Snake's conversation wasn't of particular interest to Junpei. He still couldn't make sense out of his strange feelings of knowledge. He was trying to organize his thoughts when he heard Seven's voice.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
He had no reason to say no, so Junpei handed the picture over. Seven stared at the picture and began to mutter the 4 names of the project's leaders over and over to himself.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
His brow was furrowed and his face was flushed.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki,
He
Murashido.
chanted their names to himself, pacing back and forth across the floor.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
Seven shouldn't have known their names. After all, he hadn't been there when Junpei and Snake had spoken of them in the library. But as Junpei watched him pace, it was clear that he did know them.
Hey, Seven. Do you?
Shut it! Just shut it!
His eyes were red, and Junpei could see sweat beginning to bead on his forehead.
I'm this close to remember! This close!
He was sweating heavily now, but his lips were dry.
Handu Kubota Nijisaki Ushido. Cradle Pharmaceutical Nonary Project.
Then he stopped. Seven sat down the picture and looked at the red light near his feet. His eyes narrowed. Then suddenly his eyes went wide and he shot up straight.
Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit. This is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember.
Remember what?
Everything.